Now, if you guys are anything like me, you've got all kinds of stuff in your garage and basically know where to put it. Like, I really should do a pan around this garage and show you just what a mess it is basically all the time. And it's not because I'm a messy guy, it's because I have so much stuff and so little space. And I know that's a common garage issue. So I'm always looking for ways to make things make sense in terms of how I store things, right? So one of the things that I just got done doing was sort of teaching myself how to weld, and I'm not there yet, but I can at least stick two pieces of metal together with fire, so that's cool. And so I built myself this welding table right here, and I'm pretty happy with it. It works really, really well. But if you work with metal in any significant way, you know that you need a whole bunch of stuff. For that, you need a vise, you need a grinder, you need a flap disc, an angle grinder, you need all this different stuff, and of course a welder, and everything that goes with it. So in an effort to try to simplify my life and find good ways to store some of this stuff, I built a quick little interchange system using 2-inch Hitch receivers, which I think is pretty cool. I want to show it to you guys because, you know, you may want to use it for yourself too. So take a look. Howdy folks, Ed here. Welcome back to Bono's Garage, and this is my 2-inch Hitch receiver mount system. You can see I got one here, I've got one up here on my wall for storage, and then I've got this guy here, which is my an old truck rim, a drive shaft, and a 2-inch rotating hitch receiver that allows me to take my grinder or my vise and put it into any one of these places to use it, right? It's super simple. So one of the things that I've done is I've got these 2-inch receiver mounts that have this rotating head on the top, and you can pull this little pin out and rotate this head around if you want to. It wasn't very much more expensive. It was like 20 bucks more than a regular one of these mounts. It just gives me that much more flexibility. Now with a vise, I really don't need it because I can just rotate the vise around. But you know what? It's just one more axis that I can use to, you know, extend things. So it's actually real simple. You just slide it in there. You can pin it. I can screw it down so it doesn't move. And now I got a vise that can move around the shop. And this is super handy here because if I want to take this outside and grind on some metal, I'm not getting all the metal shards over the inside of my garage, which sticks to every single magnet anywhere in this garage. So I can take it outside and then let the wind carry it away. Or not, it just stays in my driveway. But either way, it's not in the garage. But if I wanted to pop the grinder on here, I could do that. Now this stuff is pretty heavy, but it does work. There we go. Now if I want to go grind some metal outside, I can do that with this too. And you'll see I put this little foot down here on the bottom to keep this from rocking forward. And it works pretty well. Now, I'm never gonna be able to wrench on, you know, a 10-foot pole with this thing, but that's not what it's designed for. It's just designed for me to take stuff outside and be able to grind on it out there and keep it out of the way of the inside of the garage. But when I'm ready, and I wanna do some work here inside the garage on a little bit more stable platform, I can just take this off of here, bring it over to my bench, and slide it in there, and plug it in, and now I can grind on here. And if I need to use my vise instead, slot that guy in there, store him up on the wall. Take my vise. I got these screws on here to keep it from moving. Makes it hard to install if I don't undo them. There we go. Bring it in here. There we go. And now I got my vise ready to use. And it's pretty stable. Now, right now it flops a bit. I've got some screws here in the hitch receiver that I can use to lock it down a little bit better. Now look, guys, this is never gonna be as stable as a full-on bench-mounted vise, but for what I'm doing in here, this is gonna be just perfect. And now, for the really cool part. Howdy folks, it's your slightly desperate channel support reminder. You can keep Bono's Garage running strong by joining the crew on Patreon or picking up some merch at bonosgarage.com. I promise every single penny goes straight into parts and channel upgrades. I buy my own beer. This 2-inch hitch receiver is sitting on the end of a steel pipe that runs underneath this table through 2 pillow blocks. So it can actually rotate up and down. And what I'm using are DJ light bar braces for when you hang DJ lights off of a truss system mounted underneath the table to hold this steel pipe from rolling up and down. And it actually works. Now, if I loosen this, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this vise out because I don't want it dropping down on me. That would be really embarrassing. But this is held on down here with just some wing nuts. So I got my little wing nut wrench. And I can loosen these up. Now this is not designed to be done all the time because I'm not going to use this like this very often. But when I want to, now I can rotate that up that way and I could mount this straight up and down or out here if I wanted to. So if I was at a situation where I had to come at something from underneath or needed to get a different angle on something, no problem. Now I'm holding this because if I don't, it'll flop down because I haven't tightened up my braces down here. But yeah, so this whole thing will go up and down and all I've got to do is just tighten it up down there and that'll keep this thing from moving. I'm not sure if I can do this hand tight enough to keep it from moving on camera. Here, let's see. His hand, nope. Okay. Okay, just hand tight is enough just to keep it from moving so I can show you guys that's how it works. Now I couldn't wrench on this thing in any major capacity because it'll move on me, but yeah, there we go. See, it's moving because I have to tighten it down. But that's, you know, that's what I got the wrench for. So look, that's basically it. It's a short video this week. I just kind of wanted to show you this system that I put together because I think it's pretty cool. And if you wanted to use something like this for your shop, you totally could. You could put as many of these hitch receivers on the wall as you wanted to if you've got the room and put as many tools as you want on this. I'm thinking about maybe getting a smaller drill press to put on here, one of the magnetic ones. I think that might work out. There's a couple other tools that you might be able to put on a platform like this. And on top of that, if I wanted to, I could actually take this out and go put it in the back of my truck, right on the hitch on the back of my my newer Ford. So, you know, take it with me if I wanted to. Will I ever do that? Who knows? But now if I want to, I can. And you know, that's half the fun of doing garage projects like this, that, you know, you make stuff so that if you're ready to use it that way, yeah, maybe not. But you know, you can. And now I can. All right, guys, the link to all of this stuff that I put together to make all this happen will be in the description. Some of it's kind of expensive, but I mean, it's not terrible and it should last forever. So yeah, now I've got a really great way to move my projects for welding or grinding or cutting or whatever I'm doing with metalwork in and out of the garage to make the most efficient way of doing things possible. So that's kind of the idea. All right, guys, that's it for now. Thanks again so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, gripes, internet ramblings, if you want to know more about how I did this, if you have done something like this yourself, have any suggestions for me, go ahead and pop that stuff below. I really appreciate that. Thanks again so much for watching, guys. We will see you next time. It's following me around. Can you stop? Hey guys, if you want to dig deeper into the builds, the side projects, and the stuff that doesn't always make it onto YouTube, or even just want to get to know me a little bit better, come hang out on patreon.com/bullnosegarage. Helps keep the lights on, beer fridge full, and the builds funded. Appreciate you guys being part of the garage.
She's rough around the edges, but she's doing fine. Tinkering away, getting things to shine. At Bull Nose Garage, she's considered divine. Thanks again for watching.